The main focus of this month is adding details to each room and adding bosses. And when doing this, I only just now realized of how much work is still needed to be done. Plus what I have finished so far. So ending up this month just going over this and what is planned for April. The salt mine and factory grounds was a daunting task, mostly because every time I have to add details, that would include new art assets like the boxes or the pipes or the fans. The main obstacle was this being the first main section with a lot of moving parts going on. This was intended to be level 1, however due to the change of plans, this will be a prerequisite to the water section of the game. Now, not to go too much in details with the story, but this quote-unquote blood moon is not quite real due to the circumstances and where it's located right under the factory. So the connection there will make sense eventually. I just don't want to share too much of that story. I plan to put a cutscene here as well to make it clear that you should be going under the sea after you series of events. There is an NPC that will also point you in this direction, but you would have to find her in the factory level. Now, bosses. Osis, the mother of mothers, or a mechanical moth in a sense. This was the last boss that was made before switching to this new pixel art style, so all of his assets and code had to be converted into this new project. I just needed to adjust difficulty, mostly the electrical attack, which stuns the player just for a few frames, just enough to be noticeable, but not too much to be a problem, mostly because there's multiple different projectiles used in this fights. These bosses are all modular, so I can quickly, quotations, just add a new attack or change the speed or add more attack to the values, etc, etc. It's just as easy as changing a variable or two. I just need to clean up the code though, because at first glance it's just a chaotic mess, which it is. The canyon level has been dismantled to the tutorial area, Nox Prison, and the jungle to the south. I chose to do this to add more lore to the other two areas, and because the dungeon in the canyon is elsewhere. For the most part, it's closer to the desert area. Well, the entrance is. Getting to it is a long and glitchy, to say the least. At the current moment, there is only one way to get to these levels, but soon I will add multiple paths as soon as I'm able to get a better idea of how the map will turn out, because right now it is a confusing mess that I need to iron out before I can show the details. After this, I mentioned that I did change the direction of the main story from the last devlog. To explain further, the extra areas that will not be used will be used to aid the main 4 areas, so the factory will give you access to the water dungeon, etc. I will start with the water section mostly because it is almost done. I just need to fix up the ocean floor and add the 2 dungeons associated with the section. Afterwards, it will be that earth section or the desert part where the canyon lies, and it'd be the same drill, 2 dungeons in the area in between those 2. I also plan to redo all of the NPC sprites in April as well. A lot of them are just mirror copies of each other, and I want to add more variety and details to each one. And you know, there's 40 of them at the moment. These are my main goals for April, and we just have to see if I can get it done in about 30 days. So like always, thanks for watching.